Good evening, Chloe. It's the 23rd of January, 2018, and I would prefer to do the makeup tutorial, because I think they'd be a lot of fun both for me and for our viewers. Who are our viewers, you might ask? That's a very good question. I don't really have a good answer for that, so I'm going to let the question sort of peter off into the nothingness. Eating weird shit or doing a weird shit to your peer like this, that's not interesting, right? The interesting thing would be if I did a makeup tutorial and then filmed myself going to all of my classes that day. Now that would be funny. I got a lot of awkward moments for all of my classmates making fun. Like it could be good. That could be a good video where I just embarrass myself. It's great. That'd be great. The two, meh. That one. Now, at some point, I do think I need to return to your video from last Thursday about body positivity, because I do want to talk about that, and I wanted to talk about that on Friday, but I just ran out of time on Friday because I was busy literally from the time I woke up until midnight. Woke up, homework, shopping, homework, cooking food, and then D&D. There was no time in that entire block of where I was doing anything. Yes, D&D is fun, but it's a regular meeting time, so I just didn't have time. Back to body positivity. Finding a way to both accept who you are and what your body looks like, and working towards making it better. I have a suggestion or two, sort of. You need to have a lot of willpower. For my first suggestion. And don't misunderstand me. I don't mean the amount of willpower it takes for you to clean the bathroom. I mean more than that. Because the suggestion that I have is you have to eat when you're hungry and stop eating when you're not hungry. Which is very different to stop eating when you are full. For instance, right now I am hungry. I haven't eaten in 9-10 hours. I should go eat something. That feeling about an hour after a good meal, right? Not stuffing yourself, an hour after a good meal, about an hour after, you are not hungry. You're not full, you're not stuffed, but you're not hungry. That feeling. Find that feeling, and that's the goal. Every time you eat. That takes a lot of willpower. And might be impossible. It's impossible for me. I can't do that. There's no way. No way in hell can I do that. But that's the first suggestion. The second suggestion requires a little bit less willpower, but a lot more work. Because what it requires you to do is sort of what Lorraine does, and that is weigh, measure, and record the calories for everything you consume. And when I say everything, I mean everything. That includes alcohol, because alcohol is calories. And so you have to record that too. So you have to keep a meticulous record of everything you eat and the amount of calories that it takes for that to work, right? And you can continue eating your normal amount to start, right? You want to have a baseline. You want to know exactly how much you eat every day. And you see what the pattern is, and then you change it however you might do it. And I know that you said you didn't want to try and record 100 calories or whatever, but that's just another way to just brute force your way into knowing exactly what you need to do, because you'll know exactly what you eat. I don't practice that one either. Man, I have not been practicing what I preached today at all. Technique 3. Technique 3 is rather simple. It just says that every time you're hungry and you want to eat, you're not allowed to every other time. And this includes any time you want to eat, right? If you're bored, right? If you're eating because you're bored, which happens to me all the time, you know that first time that you're home, you're bored, you're hungry, you say to yourself, no, Justin, you don't need to go to Wendy's and get a Biggie Frosty. You don't need that. You're okay. It's okay to be hungry. I know you really want to have an metric fuck ton of Frosty, but you're okay. It's okay. And then about an hour later, when you're still hungry, then you could do it. Then you're fine. Then you can do it. Here's the thing. Not every time will you get to that second point. That's the key. Because there very well may be times where in that hour or so, right, you feel it once, you're no, and you're kind of holding yourself off, and really you hold yourself off for about an hour. That's the idea. And then after that second time, right, after an hour or so, most times, well, not even most times, sometimes in that hour, situations change, you become more engrossed in a situation or a project, and you start, worrying less about the food, and you're not bored, you forget that you're hungry. Those things happen. And so with this technique, it makes it so that, it will not work every time, right? You might pass an hour and be like, yeah, no, I'm still hungry. I'm going to go get an entire Whopper meal and 14 Frosties and eat everything in the entire house. That still happens. But it happens less often. That's all I can hope for. I mean, that's all you can hope for. I'm not talking about myself. But I guess that's it for today. I don't really know what to talk about, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow.